Hey guys, so Ultra Fusion Zamasu is now out, and today we're going to be talking about whether or not I think you should summon on this banner or not. This is technically not the exact same slot as Ultra Majin Vegeta last year, but it more or less is the same slot. They're just reversing the release order of the October LF and Ultra character. We should be getting the final release before Legends Fest at the end of this month, which should be a Legends limited character. So in terms of this banner, Fusion Zamasu, let's go ahead and take a look at the featured list of characters. So as of me recording this, I have only done the initial showcase, and I've done one showcase looking at the red Fusion Zamasu with his unique equipment. I think both characters are exceptional. This Ultra Fusion Zamasu definitely probably fits into the top 3 characters in the game. I'm not entirely sure the exact order that I'd list them in right now, but initial impressions fighting him and using him, I do think this character is very powerful. Do I think this is a must-have, must-summon character? I don't. My opinion might change as we move forward and gain more experience with this character and things like that, but to me, this certainly does not feel like the same level of impact we saw with something like, for example, Ultra Majin Vegeta last year, where Ultra Majin Vegeta drops right before Legends Festival, and he is undoubtedly the best character in the game. That certainly does not feel like the case for the Zamasu, although he is very, very good. In terms of the LF characters on here, we have Red Broly, we have Purple Cell, we have Purple Rose, and then the Red Fusion Zamasu, the old one. When it comes to these characters, I definitely don't think there are any must-have LFs on here. The way that they've structured this banner is they've essentially made Zamasu the centerpiece, obviously, because he's the main attraction of the banner. And then they made the side characters, including the LFs, basically good supporting cast members for Zamasu, right? Purple Cell is a very good Zenkai bench for Zamasu. Purple Rose is a very good Zenkai bench for Zamasu. Red Broly, I don't really like. I haven't really liked him since he dropped, to be honest with you. But Red Broly, being a red character, should theoretically fit okay with Fusion Zamasu. And then the same thing goes for the red corrupted Fusion Zamasu. Then in terms of the sparkings, the regular sparkings that are featured here, which have the increased rate to 0.5%, we have Red Mai, who I would say maybe you can get some value out of her, but she's definitely not what I would consider to be competitive. Blue Beerus, who's not very good. Green Evil Boo, who definitely has aged at this point. Green Broly, who's not very good. Yellow Jiren, who's just old. This green Zamasu and Goku Black just got a Zenkai. I think they're actually pretty solid. They're not a character that I would be comparing to things like Ultra Namek Goku, Full Power Frieza, 13, Purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Like those, like this is not that level of character, but they're a solid Zenkai, I think, actually. Green 21 actually just got a unique equip. I have not done her showcase yet, so I actually don't feel comfortable saying whether or not I think she's good or not. I would assume she's at least competent, right? So I think this is actually a pretty good inclusion on the banner here. Purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, I would say, is okay. Purple Fusion Zamasu and then Janemba both serve as, once again, pretty good Zenkai bench options for Zamasu. Obviously not as good as the LF purple characters, because these guys are more focused around strike, whereas the purple Zamasu and the Janemba are more so either defense or blast oriented. They're still good Zenkai bench options though. So really what we're looking at here is if you pull Fusion Zamasu, in the process, you also have a pretty good chance of pulling like characters that you can put on the bench to really help the character out, things like that. So that's pretty good. But if you summon on this banner and you don't end up pulling Ultra Fusion Zamasu, you really are going to pretty much walk away with almost nothing, right? I mean, you could pull like Goku Black and Zamasu, this one, maybe like the 21, like this purple Vegeta is like okay. So maybe you could walk away with something that might provide some value to your account, but overall, there's not really much to be had here other than actually leaving the banner with a copy of the Ultra character, which I don't really like. So I never really recommend people summon on these just because it doesn't really have a lot of value outside of the main character, on top of the fact that the actual summon system on the banner itself, you like, just again, it's not very rewarding, right? There's no summon coins, you don't get tickets, there's no LFZ power you could purchase with any of the, like the perks for using this. You get Legends tickets, which are just completely outdated currency items. So just not a very good format on this. They did bring back the pity system, which is, I believe it's 40,000 CC to get one copy if you've not pulled a copy at that point. So better than not having it at all, but it's not a very enticing pity system. So at the end of the day, if I'm just going to recommend summoning or not on this banner, I would probably say it's not worth it. We could take a look at some of the other banners that are currently up. We have the Android 13 banner, who I actually would say is a much better banner overall than the Fusion Zamasu banner. Now that the 2 times rates are gone from this banner, I also would not really recommend summoning on this, but I would definitely say that 13 himself is probably going to be a very, very front and center character for a lot of potential teams coming through, probably even during Legends Fest. So 13 is going to be a very valuable character to have moving forward. So if you really, really, really want to summon on something, I would say it probably is better just to summon on this banner than the Fusion Zamasu banner. Even though the ×2 rates are gone, you're going to be having a lot less value on here, but it is what it is. There's also this Legends Future banner up right now. Probably not worth it. This does give a guaranteed Legends Limited on step 5, which if you take a look at the actual steps here, it's 100 CC for step 1, 300 for step 2, 500 for step 3, 1,000 for step 4, and then 1,000 for step 5. So it takes a total of 2,900 CC, if I did the math correctly. It takes about 2,900 CC to get a free copy, or a guaranteed copy, not free, guaranteed copy of a Legends Limited character, which could be good, I guess. But when you take a look at the actual list here, a lot of this is kind of fluff, right? This Zamasu, I think, is actually very good now. This red Fusion Zamasu with his equipment, very, very solid character. Future Gohan and Trunks, I think, could actually be okay, like a kind of like a niche option right now. Green Vegito Blue is kind of almost a year old, so he's not looking too great. Yellow Goku Black kind of needed help from day one. This Purple Cell is just too old. This 17 and 18 is waiting for something, a unique equip or a Zenkai. Blue VB is a bench character, and then this green Vegeta is a bench character. So in terms of who you're really gunning for on this banner, it really is just Red Fusion Zamasu. And if you pull Future Gohan and Trunks, it's kind of like a bonus. That's really the way that I'd classify this. So probably wouldn't recommend summoning on this either. And then we have like Ultra Rose, who you're definitely not going to summon for. We have Ultra Janemba, who you're not going to summon for. This is an interesting one, Ultra Full Power Frieza. Fusion Zamasu is purple, so he's going to make life a little bit harder for this character, but I don't see a world in where Fusion Zamasu is like completely shutting down Full Power Frieza. I think Full Power Frieza's Death Beam mechanic is just way too oppressive. This banner also goes away in like 2 days. So this is another option, honestly. And taking a look at the actual characters on here, it's not like you're getting immensely more value for summoning on this banner than you are on the Zamasu banner. But, I mean, this guy's pretty solid, this Full Power Frieza. Krillin, running him with the other Namek Goku, like really, really good as like a third option there. Revival Frieza's, decent Zenkai, I would say. Chilled's really good bench. So, like, this banner is actually not horrible. So you have this as an option as well. For whatever reason, this Daima banner is still up, and then that's it in terms of banners that are available right now. So at the end of the day, when it comes to me recommending whether or not you should be summoning on this banner, and if not this banner, then which banner, I would probably say that we are now fair into the territory of where you should be saving your Chrono Crystals for Legends Fest. Last year when Majin Vegeta dropped, I think I actually did say that it would be fine to summon on Majin Vegeta's banner, and the reason why is because Majin Vegeta was clearly the best character in the game, and it wasn't really that close either. I don't feel the same way about Fusion Zamasu. I think Fusion Zamasu is a very good character. I think Ultra Full Power Frieza is a very good character, and when Ultra Full Power Frieza's banner first dropped, I said I don't think it would have been that big of a deal to summon on that banner because it was a few weeks ago now, but as we get closer and closer and closer to Legends Fest, we're about 5 weeks now away from Legends Fest starting, so it's fastly approaching here. Really, you should really start thinking about saving your resources for Legends Fest. What always happens every single year is maybe not right away during part 1, but as we get into part 2, and then obviously when we get into part 3, we are going to be getting massively game-changing and meta-defining characters and teams that change the way the game is played. So I expect nothing less this year. I think we're going to get very broken characters during part 1. I think we're going to get very broken characters during part 2. And I think we're also going to be, of course, getting a very broken character, probably only one, during part 3 as the Ultra. So I think my advice to you guys now with this banner out, and people probably thinking, should I summon? Should I not summon? Should I maybe do like a rotation? If you are somebody who really likes Zamasu, and this is something I always mention for Ultra banners because Ultra characters are so exciting. If you are a huge Zamasu fan, and this is a character that you've been waiting for a long time, of course, I can't tell you not to summon on this banner because it's going to make you happy to pull the character and use the character. Sure, go ahead. But from the perspective of simply from a value standpoint, it's almost assuredly better at this point to save your crystals, save your resources for Legends Fest. It's coming soon, and I don't think this character, especially when you compare him to someone like Majin Vegeta from last year, is at the level where I would straight up tell you, yes, go ahead and summon on this, because this guy is going to dominate the game for many months. It's possible he does, but it's less clear than it was for Majin Vegeta last year. So that is my conclusion here. If you guys did decide to summon for Fusion Zamasu, let me know down below. Something you can also do, by the way, is this banner is up for 18 days. If you really are kind of conflicted on whether or not you want to summon on this, the next banner we should be getting should be exactly 2 weeks from today. Should be on the 29th. That should be the last character we get, the last premium release we have before Legends Fest starts. You can wait to see what that character is, and then you can make a determination as to whether or not you want to summon on this Fusion Zamasu banner, whether or not you want to summon on that next banner that drops, most likely a Legends Limited character, or whether or not you simply just want to be saving your crystals for Legends Fest. So that's probably the smartest way to do this, but yeah, there we go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.